Aspire to a clean career, leaving no shame for descendants. Hello everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese Case Stories, Cases Judged by Bao Gong. Today, I'm going to bring you a story called The Disguised Attempt Ended Up Becoming Real. It is said that in Linen Prefecture, there was a man named Ji Hongdu, who was inherently suspicious but deeply devoted to his wife. Ji Hongdu had a wife who was upright and steadfast in nature. One day, Ji Hongdu cautiously asked his wife, saying, "I know you have a strong character, but what would you do if someone flirted with you verbally?" His wife replied firmly, "I would not hesitate to rebuke him loudly and prevent him from daring to approach me." Hongdu then asked, "And if someone threatened you with a knife to rape you, saying they would kill you if you resisted, what would you do then?" His wife replied resolutely, "I would rather let him kill me than suffer such humiliation." Still not reassured, Ji Hongdu continued, "And if several people tried to rape you, holding your hands and feet so you couldn't resist, what would you do?" His wife answered, "If there were too many people, then I would choose to end my own life to preserve my dignity. That's the best plan I can think of. But if I couldn't escape and was violated, would still choose to end my life afterward, because I would be too ashamed to face you again." However, despite his wife's assurances, Ji Hongdu still didn't trust her. A few days later, Ji Hongdu devised a plan to test his wife. He enlisted a friend to go to their home and verbally harass his wife. The man was promptly rebuked and fled. That evening, when Ji Hongdu returned home, his wife told him, "Today, a single rascal came to our house and dared to flirt with me, but I drove him away with my words." A month later, Ji Hongdu arranged for several of his friends, Yuma, Yingxin, and Mayu, to test his wife again. These men were known for their frivolous behavior and found the idea amusing, so they complied with Ji Hongdu's plan and burst into his home. Yuma and Yingxin restrained his wife's hands, making her furious and desperate. Mayu, the boldest of them, began to try to undo Ji Hongdu's wife's clothing. Seeing this, Yuma and Yingxin realized the joke had gone too far and released her hands, stepping back. Once freed, his wife grabbed a knife and stabbed Mayu to death. Yuma and Yingxin were terrified and fled. Ji Hongdu's wife was just an ordinary woman, lacking courage and strategy. Realizing she had killed someone in a fit of rage, she feared she would bring trouble upon her family and felt immense shame. In despair, she took the knife and ended her own life. Yuma rushed back to inform Ji Hongdu of what had happened, and he regretted his actions driven by suspicion. Worried about potential repercussions, especially for Mayu's family, he decided to go to the authorities and falsely report that Mayu had raped and murdered someone, and coerced Yuma and Yingxin into providing false testimony. At this moment, Bao Gong was conducting official business when he learned of this case. He brought the individuals to the court for questioning. He first interrogated the witnesses Yuma and Yingxin, saying, "Ji Hongdu accused Mayu of rape. How did you two come to know about this? Yuma replied. This morning, we went to visit Ji Hongdu and heard his wife cursing loudly in the room, so we knew everything. Bao Gong then asked, Did you know whether the defendant had already committed the rape? Yingxin said. Moyu was scolded as soon as he entered the room, before he had a chance to rape anyone. He was stabbed to death by Ji Hongdu's wife. Bao Gong then addressed Ji Hongdu, saying, Since your wife was not raped and the defendant has been killed by her, according to the law, this case can be closed here. Ji Hongdu said, Although it's true that one life for one life is the law, my wife mistakenly killed Moyu, and she committed suicide because of it. But Moyu's rape is also a capital offense. Please, Judge, have Moyu's family compensate me for my wife's burial expenses. Bao Gong replied. That can be arranged. I will have Moyu's family provide a coffin and burial expenses for your wife. But now, the deaths of 2 people at once is no small matter. I must personally examine the bodies. When Bao Gong arrived at the scene, he found Ji Hongdu's wife's body inside the door with her lower body naked, while Moyu's body was by the bed, fully clothed. He questioned Yuma and Yingxin's testimony. You said Moyu was killed as soon as he entered the room. Then why is his body by the bed instead of by the door? You also said Ji Hongdu's wife was not raped, so why is her lower body unclothed? It seems to me that the only explanation is that you 3 collectively raped Ji Hongdu's wife. In her anger, she killed Moyu, and then, feeling humiliated, she despaired and committed suicide. With that, Bao Gong ordered the constables to bind the 2 men and demanded they confess the truth. However, Yuma and Yingxin adamantly denied raping Ji Hongdu's wife. Bao Gong was left with no choice but to threaten them, accusing them of rape and sentencing them both to death. Yuma could only tell the truth. He said to Bao Gong, We did not commit rape, nor did Moyu. Ji Hongdu told us that his wife was strong-willed, but he didn't believe her, so he sent us 3 to test her. When Yingxin and I saw the situation turn sour, we hid by the door, while Moyu attempted to undress her. She resisted in anger and lost control, killing Moyu with a knife. We were afraid and left. Ji Hongdu's wife was a woman of virtue, but she took her own life out of anger. Later, Ji Hongdu feared his wife and Moyu's family would learn the truth, so he falsely accused him and went to the yamen first. But he didn't actually intend to extort funeral money from Moyu's family. At this point, Ji Hongdu had nothing more to say. Upon hearing this, Bao Gong immediately ordered each of them to receive 30 lashes. Bao Gong then said to Yuma and Yingxin, Moyu was alone. How could he have managed to strip Ji Hongdu's wife's clothes by himself? You 2 must have helped him, but when you saw Moyu's intentions were malicious, you stepped aside. Ji Hongdu's wife killed Moyu because she feared you would return to insult her again, hence her choice to end her own life first. While Ji Hongdu's wife's actions were not wrong, yours constituted a crime. Yuma and Yingxin, seeing Bao Gong's judgment as righteous, dared not say another word. Bao Gong ultimately ruled. Ji Hongdu falsely reported the incident, his actions indirectly resulting in the deaths of 2 people. According to the law, he was sentenced to death. Ji Hongdu's wife bravely resisted and should be commended, therefore, she was awarded a plaque in recognition of her virtue. Alright. Today's case story, the disguised attempt ended up becoming real, concludes here. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Please also encourage everyone to comment and share with others. See you again in the next issue.